also feeling the effects of the storm. Now, UNICEF's Mozambique spokesperson Daniel Time joins us now via Skype for the latest on the aftermath of the Cyclone Kenneth. Daniel, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, Kenneth made landfall. It reached about an astounding 800 kilometers in length. And also there were warnings that the storm could require another major humanitarian effort. Is that the case?
Yeah, as we are still providing humanitarian assistance for 1 million children in central Mozambique, we are now facing this very serious, almost unbelievable situation up north in the province of Cabo Delgado. And our team and other humanitarian actors are at the moment in the province assessing the situation. The city of Pemba itself has only reported moderate damage, but further up north and inland we have reports about whole communities that were completely destroyed. This disaster is expected to be twofold, and the main challenges are coming ahead of us in the next few days because it's still raining and we are expecting heavy flooding now.
The National Institute of Disaster Management in Mozambique says that over 30,000 people were evacuated. Where were those people evacuated to? Where are they being sheltered?
Yeah, pretty similar to the situation we had with Idai. The disaster authority has closed all schools 1 day before the disaster, and schools and other public buildings have been prepared to shelter people, and there's at the moment again thousands of people displaced in these shelters, and they need urgent assistance again. They need food, they need medical care, they need safe drinking water. It's a bit a déjà vu effect for us here, and the humanitarian community and the country of Mozambique is stretched, and we need urgent attention from the international community for this humanitarian extended crisis here.
Now, the northern parts of the country, of course, are sparsely populated. I suppose this is what made it a bit difference between Cyclone Idai, the damage that it caused, because that was in the southern part of the country.
Yeah, one cannot compare a disaster one-to-one, that is correct, because, as you say, this province is less populated, but there's other challenges. For example, this province infrastructure is less developed. Also, this is the first time that such a big cyclone has hit Cabo Delgado province, and so the people are less resilient because they are not used to cope with this kind of disaster. And this is a big challenge now. We are expecting heavy flooding to happen within the next few days. So there's no reason for us to be complacent because the first damages seem to be a bit less. We have to be on high alert now and be ready to provide assistance for many more people that have to be evacuated because of flooding.
Now, United Nations weather experts say it is unprecedented for two cyclones of such intensity to hit Mozambique. Is this now the new norm? And if it is, what sort of preparedness plans do you have in place going forward?
Yeah, indeed, it's the first time in recorded history that two cyclones of this size hit in the same season Mozambique. And we have to be prepared that this kind of normal events are happening more often and with higher intensity. We also will have to prepare for this more intensively. We are already doing this with the national authorities, pre-positioning goods ahead of such a disaster, but also having disaster response plans in place. But we need to urgently think how this thing can happen. It doesn't seem to be the normal way of weather anymore. And if this is indeed, I'm not an expert, I'm a humanitarian aid worker, but if this is a man-made problem, we urgently need to look into this because the population here is suffering enormously. and it's hitting the poorest people in the world, and they're paying the bill for fossil fuel emissions, and we need to look into this, as our Secretary General has stated already after the first cyclone.
And as I think you're alluding to global warming there when you talk about the situation or this condition being man-made. Thank you so much, UNICEF's Mozambique spokesperson Daniel Time there, just giving